Good evening and welcome to the Congo Hour. I am your host, Wayna, along with my buddy, my friend, my brother. This week, I guess, Trippy.
We'll see how it goes.
I know we have a field show, but Trippy,
Yes.
people were talking about you last week when I saw them out in the street, how you
About
were
what?
sort of like
I didn't mean
picking
that.
on
No,
me.
I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I apologize. How was I picking on you?
you know, you always
I just
pick
had like
on me.
sometimes I have like a little nervous twitch.
like,
all.
like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Oh, okay.
We were talking about you and your upcoming wedding.
Yeah, that's what they were talking about.
So are you gonna, since
marrying.
you brought it up, are you gonna give us some information about it?
I don't have any information to
No,
give
it's still
you.
you're still gonna keep it on the hush hush for now.
Yeah,
So it gets a little closer.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
I respect your wishes. Well, congratulations. Can't wait. You brought it up. So you
I
could've
was
been
just
on-
talking
could've been
about.
on
I
the
know, I
interview
know.
right
So,
now, see?
so our first guests
There you go. That's better. That's better.
are some workers, some team members
You're all messed up
from
now.
Teen Idol.
Okay.
So the no stranger to the show is Candy, and I'm going to have her introduce the other two gentlemen that she brought along with her on this evening. So.
Okay. Well, we have like you said, we have a pretty full show. I think
Yeah.
my mom is coming to talk about Lapa.
Okay.
The upcoming Lapa dance. My dad will be here. And then Sherry Dorsey Walker is here. Who else is here?
Shane Word is here.
Shane Word and
Sam Guy is coming.
Sam Guy. Okay.
So do we have from
full
8 to 10?
I hope so. We'll see. You better stop talking.
I know. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So if you would introduce yourself, not that you're not already known from the Congo Hour being on here, but if you would as well introduce your guest that you brought with you.
Okay, I'm Candace, and I am on the committee for Delaware Teen Idol. And with me is Scott Michaels, who is also on the committee, and Geronimo, who is another member. And we're here tonight to talk about a new component of Teen Idol, which is called Life After Idol. And this, what we're doing now is following the youth that actually participated in the show throughout the year, offering them additional platforms to showcase their talents, learning how to brand themselves, and honing in on their crafts. So without further ado, I will allow our partners, Scott and Geronimo, to tell you each what their part is and
Okay.
component.
Welcome to the Congo
Thank you
Hour.
very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks for coming.
So my name is Scott Michaels, and I am the director of The Cause, which stands for Collective Action Urging Social Evolution, basically coming together and evolving ourselves. So the portion that I'm helping with the Teen Idol finalists and winners is helping them get involved with making a difference in their community. We have a few outreach programs. Our flagship one is called Starfish Casters, which I'm wearing some bling from today. And basically what that's all about is understanding that if we're relying on strangers to take care of our loved ones, we need to understand that we are the strangers that other people are relying on to take care of their loved ones. And so if we could start to understand that, then we're going to be treating people a little bit differently, knowing that if I'm rude to you, you will pass that on to my loved one.
Right.
But if I'm loving to
You just had to say it. You couldn't say that.
you, well, and if you're loving,
There we go.
then it passes on as well.
Right.
And so we're going to provide opportunities for the youth to, we go down to the Rodney Square Farmers Market and we do some outreach activities where they can actually speak with strangers about what they can do in their own lives to help our community and to help their own lives. So we're going to give them some outreach opportunities.
Good.
I like that.
Hello,
Hi.
Geronimo?
I'm Geronimo. I'm with Wave Lab Studios. I'm the owner. We're basically a production company, so we do everything from photography, videography. I do film scoring and production, graphic designers, anything that an artist or a business would need to build from the ground up. So we have a couple corporate clients, and one of our main clients is with AIDS Delaware, and basically what we do with them is we take the kids every year and we sponsor the event. Made a couple tracks for them last year, but this year we're trying to get more of a hands-on approach and just develop them from ground up. A lot of kids, you know, they see the music videos on TV, they hear production, they don't know how it was created, where it comes from, they don't know any business, copyright laws or anything. So we try our best, I'm gonna try our best this year to show them from the beginning to the end. And the ones that are willing to learn are going to stay. That's it.
Good. So, Candy, who was the winner of Teen Idol?
Oh gosh, Shakira.
Okay.
She was a spoken word artist. We actually had her on the Congo Children's Corner the week after the event, and we have a core group right now of about 15 youth who have decided to participate in Life After because it's not mandatory, it's voluntary. She is one of the youth who has decided to participate, and what we're doing is we're trying to find out what it is they'd like to learn and what they want to receive from Life After Idol, because the hope is that they'll view us more as a family and a support system and not just an event that they participate in that goes from the tryouts to the audition to the show and then that's it. But we want to show them that we have a vested interest in them, in their communities, in them learning their craft, as well as learning how to brand themselves and maintaining that positive outlet for them.
Very good.
How often will you keep in touch with them, like throughout the next year? It's a year-long
Yes.
process?
And it may not even be just a year, but once a month we meet,
Okay.
and we're trying to alternate between Newcastle and Kent County because we
Okay,
do have some participants from Dover, Georgetown, there were a couple from downstate also, so we don't want them to feel the burden all the time. So we are definitely trying to alternate every other month.
Can people help out in any way? Are you looking for volunteers or people who may already be established that maybe can lend some of their services to you all?
Absolutely. What we
Okay.
did yesterday, we had our first meeting, and we're trying to gather the information from the youth so that if they say, hey, I want to learn better stage presence and stage
Okay.
performance, then it's my job to go out and find these individuals who can provide that service to our youth. So yes, we're always looking for volunteers, adults in the community who also want to have a vested interest in seeing these youth continue to grow.
And if I could add on to that,
Absolutely.
I just really believe, I'm a believer that everybody has something to contribute. So if the listeners out there, they feel that there's, I want to help out with the youth, but they're not sure exactly what they can do, I'm here to say that there is something you can do. You might not be able to identify it yet, but with the Teen Idol, Life After Idol, we'll help you identify that. And it can be just being with the youth or helping them, giving them rides, having conversations on the phone. But everybody has something to contribute. So if you're tired of hearing negative things about the youth, help us be part of the positive.
I love your energy. I do. Yeah, most definitely.
Thank you very much.
So, Candy, what is the number that they can call to volunteer?
They can call Frank at AIDS Delaware. I am the chair of Life After, so they can call him at 652-6776. Or if you have access to email, you can email me at life.after.idol@gmail.com.
Okay, and we'll also post that on our Facebook page.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so if you send it to me, I'll post it up for
Absolutely.
you. All right, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for the
having us.
opportunity.
You're welcome.
Maybe
definitely.
maybe a few weeks down the road, you guys can come back on with one of the winners or one of the participants.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
finalists. Okay.
Absolutely.
They can share their story. Another young lady who won has a really powerful story.
Yes.
She does.
Yes,
so,
she does.
Yeah, so it'd be great if she can come back on. But whoever's willing, we would love to have them come back.
Great. You give us the time, and we will make sure that they are here.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
All right, we're going to take a quick break.
quick break.
All right. we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We hope that you enjoyed our first interview. Now we're back with Shane Word, and he hasn't been here in a while.
No.
But he's back on his grind with his, what's it called again? The cafe?
The Praise Cafe.
The Praise Cafe. The Praise Cafe. I was talking to Wayna, but
I thought you were.
yeah.
So I was looking straight.
So we can't waste too much time because we have
Right.
a lot of other guests to get to. So welcome back to the Congo Hour,
Thank you for
gentlemen.
having me back. I mean, it's been about a year now.
Yeah, it has been.
Oh, see,
Well, yes.
I don't think it's been a year, but
Okay,
it
okay.
might have been. So you have an event coming up.
Yes, the Praise Cafe, Saturday, September 20th at the Rose Hill Community Center from 7 to 10. We have a great lineup, geared for the youth, a lot to do with the Stop the Violence movement, a lot of the violence going on, so we need something positive for the youth. And this is just another event. I know it's many going on. This is just another event going on for them. I think they'll really appreciate it. A lot of great music, kind of like a concert going on and so forth.
Okay.
All different type of genres of gospel are going to be there. Rap, the traditional gospel, praise dancing, spoken word, gospel comedian. I mean, it's it's gonna be a full packed show.
All right.
Price is only $5 to get in. I mean, can't beat that.
At all.
Can't beat that.
You brought 2 guests with you. You want to introduce them?
I did. I brought Mr. Eshawn Davis to my immediate right. He's going to be covering my media for the event. And then everybody knows my right-hand man, Minister Perry Davis, over there on my far right.
And with Shane, he touched on every area on the Gospel Cafe. It's for the young and the old. And what we really want people to do is just come out and enjoy themselves. And you got 10 acts, 10 good acts that's in Wilmington, Delaware, that's really trying to make a name for themselves. So we really want people to come out. We're only asking you to bring 20 quarters, come enjoy the vendors, and have a good time, and just enjoy yourself. There will be media there. We will be interviewing people. Who knows? You might get interviewed. Never know what's going on in the community. So we just really want people to come out and enjoy yourself.
All right.
Most definitely. I think I got involved because with so much violence going on in the city, I was once a participant in violence, and what it does, the Praise Cafe, it gives the youth an alternative to violence. It creates an atmosphere that's conducive for family. The lights are down dim. You got food. It's also a stage for individuals who want to use their gift for God and want to get exposure, or may not have the following. So you got some heavy names, some heavy hitters out there in Wilmington, where you got some young cats that's up and coming with their gift, and it just gives them opportunity where they might not get it any elsewhere. So.
Is there going to be like an open mic part of it, or is everybody?
Everybody there. It's pretty much planned out right now.
Okay.
But they had the opportunity to be a part of a future show.
Okay.
All you gotta do is come up to me and say, "Hey, I have some do with talent too," and I'll listen to you. We can have a what's it called?
So you tell them like yes or no right there on the spot after that?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You're not going to tell them no.
No, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say
Maybe not the next show.
I'm gonna say, right, we're gonna put you down. We're kind of booked for a few months, but give me your number and I'll get back to you.
Right.
Speaking of number, what number can people call for tickets?
You can call my number, 302-690-0279. In fact, the first person that texts me, because when you call, that gets a little complicated. First text, 690-0279, 2 free tickets right here. Text me. Text the Praise Cafe.
Yes.
Your name, please, so I know who you are. The Praise Cafe, 2 free tickets.
The reason why I came on is because Shane has a really organized show, and God wants order, so we have to have organization. And for future acts and future events, if you're interested, you could come somewhere, perform, you can get interviewed, people can know who you are. And that's what has to happen. We have to bridge the gap with people knowing who you are and what your talents is all about.
Also, I want to add too, never be afraid to use your gift. Never be afraid, and don't listen to doubt, because doubt will try to convince you not to do what God already said you can do. So a lot of individuals that's coming out, it may be their first time in that atmosphere, but sit back, enjoy yourself, and soak it in. Like a sponge, soak it all in.
We only ask for 20 quarters, that's all. That's not much. You can come up with 20 quarters, come out, enjoy the event, 10 acts, vendors. Enjoy yourself, 7 to 10, and you go home. And we'll get prepared for the next one. And all the up and coming acts, Shane Word, the visionary, that's who you want to get in contact with, 302-690-0279.
Oh, right, he remembered your number,
Very
Shane.
good. We're also going to have vendors there, so we want you to support the vendors as well as the artists. Small upcoming businesses. We'll have about 6 or 7 vendors out there.
Yeah.
Please support the vendors as well as the artists.
Yes.
And we start at 7 p.m. and we're going to start at 7 p.m.
On time.
It's okay if you're late. It's okay, but we are going to start at 7 p.m. 7 to 10.
All right.
And again, 20 quarters. Remember that. 20 quarters.
20 quarters. Roseville Community Center, Saturday, September 20th, 7 p.m. The show begins.
Did you get a text yet? Is your phone on you?
I hear it.
I don't have that, I mean?
Okay.
I don't have it on vibrate.
Okay. All right.
So we'll get the winner before you leave, please.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And we'll announce it. All right, so we're going to take a very quick break, and we'll be back with someone that I consider to be, I call him the concierge, because he kind of sort of knows like everything or where to get everything done. So next up is Sam Guy. Good evening and welcome back to the Congo Hour. I hope that you are enjoying the show thus far. Our next guest is Sam Guy, who's going to come on and talk about an event that you want to make sure that you mark your calendar and be in attendance. Welcome to the Congo Hour, Sam.
Okay, glad to be here. Glad to be here. How y'all doing now?
Wonderful. Yeah.
All right. You want me to go ahead and
go ahead? Yeah, go into it. Do what you do.
on the 30th of this month. So today is the 14th. So Tuesday coming up is the 16th, then the 23rd, and then the 30th. That's the 5th Tuesday. There's a tentative plan to have a meeting for Wilmington residents over at PS DuPont Auditorium. What has happened is in Newcastle County, there's been a frequent question that's been asked by City of Wilmington residents. And that is like, well, what does the county do that might be beneficial to city residents? So what the county executive, Tom Gordon, decided to do was to have a little session to answer that question. And in addition to that, have a little educational presentation about the heroin problem that exists throughout this state and county and city. So the plan right now is Tuesday, September the 30th, over at PS DuPont from 6:30 to 8 o'clock, and you'll have an opportunity to learn a lot of things that the county does that's beneficial to city residents.
What time is it going to start?
6:30 to 8.
6:30. Okay. Where can people call if they just want to get some more information about this event?
Well, in all likelihood, this week the details will be finalized.
Okay.
So then we'll actually start putting out aggressively more information using
Okay.
all means that are available. And so over the course of the next 2 weeks, we have 2 weekends.
All right.
So they'll just kind of stay tuned for a minute until some more information comes out. And then if you don't hear anything within, say, a week and a half, then you could call up to the county exec's office and we'll have some information. But we're going to get it out. We're going to use television and email and whatever else is available.
Facebook.
You
All of that.
briefly touched on the heroin problem
Right.
in the city. I'm not sure if this is still true, but I know a couple months ago we didn't have in Delaware that doesn't have any long-term rehabilitation centers. Is that still the case that you know of?
I'm not sure. I know the county doesn't operate any social services that deal with health care and things of that nature. That's primarily a state function, a
I'm just wondering if
nonprofit
you
function.
knew off the top of your head.
No, I don't know.
He
But
don't know, but he will find out and get you the answer.
Yeah, no doubt. I don't doubt that at all.
well,
But
I think at the presentation there'll be an opportunity to learn some more information. It's
Yeah.
really, they say it's a really touching presentation, and anybody who's seen it, it really kind of hit them in a serious way, the
Yes.
impact of this problem. And it's more than just a city problem. People always put a lot of negative things on the city. There are people suffering from drug abuse in the city, in Newcastle County, Kent County, Sussex County, all over the country.
Right. Yeah, that's why because a lot of people are concerned that Delaware doesn't have any long-term treatment centers, because one of the things we have to address is, I guess, the demand for heroin. So if we can decrease that, like through, like you said, education and through long-term rehabilitation centers, I think that's part of the solution. Of course, it's not the whole thing, but people were frustrated because we have to go out. They have to go out of state to get long-term help. There's no help right here in Delaware. So.
Right, because the supply is plentiful.
Right.
So you're correct. We got to work on the demand side. And that's what this program kind of does. It kind of educates people who really aren't aware, you know, of the nature of the issue and the symptoms. And a lot of times there are people who are suffering, who are impacted by this presentation that we're going to give, and they seek help.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had the opportunity to see the presentation, and I want to encourage the whole viewing audience. I want you to call your neighbors, call your friends, call everyone, and make sure that they are in attendance September the 30th. It's eye-opening, very educational, and what I found out is that the heroin, it affects like everyone. So even if you're not directly affected by it, you're affected some kind of way or another. So want to encourage everyone to make sure that they come on. And Sam, of course, I'll have you back on when everything is more finalized to share with the viewing audience again, okay?
All right, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right. So once again, mark your calendars for September 30th.
September 30th, PS
6:30.
DuPont, 6:30.
Okay.
All right.
All right, another quick break.
Yes.
And we'll be right back with Sherry Dorsey Walker.
Good evening and welcome back to the Congo Hour. It is such an honor to have our next guest with us, and that is Councilwoman Sherry Dorsey Walker. Welcome to the Congo Hour.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. You are so welcome. So let's talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about, however it is you want to talk about it.
Okay. Well, first I want to take the time to thank all of the supporters for the state senate run. We were 37 votes short, but when I look at it spiritually, 3 plus 7 is 10, and 10 is God's number of divine intervention. So I just want to take the time to just say thank you. Thank you to my family. Thank you to all of the constituents. And thank you to you, Trippie and Wayna, for being so supportive. Yeah, so it was greatly appreciated.
You're so welcome.
County Councilman Jay Street and Councilman Bob Williams were definitely huge supporters of this candidacy, and Councilman Justin Wright as well. It was interesting because he had told me to put some signs on the funeral home that's in the district, and when my husband went to go put the signs up, I said, those kids are so well trained. They said, excuse me, but did you ask Mr. Wright if you could do that?
I know that's right. Yeah, and I stood for you because I still believe in you.
Thank you very much.
That's the reason why.
Thank you.
I believe that if you had won, that we would definitely see a difference. One, mostly important in our education, which was one of your platforms that you stood for.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess I had mixed feelings. You know, I was upset like many people were.
What?
I guess that's probably an understatement, but I guess I'm kind of glad also because she gets to stay on council with me.
Right.
You know, so I guess I'm being a little selfish.
You are.
Because it's going to be good that she's still there and I get to learn from her.
Yeah.
But I really wanted her to be in that seat, like you said, because she's just going to bring, she would have just brought so much, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't know?
Energy, would that be the word?
I guess like relevance, just everything. Yeah, to like for Wilmington and Dover.
For the people.
Yeah, for the people.
Yeah.
So hopefully she'll try again.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I believe she will.
Yeah, she better.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, I'm gonna pick her out of city council. Yeah.
But the good thing that came out of this is what I believe is that you're able to raise awareness as well, especially with how the situations went with the polling places. So because it happened the way that it happened, I don't know if people know, but I mean, some of the polling places were, I want to say, discombobulated for a while. But Sherry, she didn't go down there, excuse my language, raising hell. She went down there as a woman of God and just did things decent and in order. So thank you.
Well, God is a God of order.
Yes,
Yeah, she also raised awareness about the position.
Right.
You know, I think a lot of people had no idea of that position and what it represents in that district, and you know what they represent, what that position represents in Dover. I think that she just opened up a lot of people's eyes to you know the Senate position for the 3rd district for Wilmington. So thankful for that too.
Oh, no problem.
I'm sorry. My favorite corner person is here, and I know that he wanted to talk about some things dealing with Sherry, so let's take a quick break and bring him on the set, and then we'll be right back.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time again for Lapa's Old School Dinner Dance, to be held at the air-conditioned PAL Center, 3707 North Market Street in the city of Wilmington. There will be food, dancing, plus music by Kamaj Entertainment. Join us on September the 20th from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Your support for this special fundraiser event will benefit the new Lapa Channel 28. Tickets, $30. To get your tickets, contact Ruth Baker, 655-3477, Josie Roy, 377-7983.
All right, we're back, and my dad is all mic'd up, and he just wanted to come and just share some of his feelings about Sherry and about her run for Senate.
Oh, well, you know how I feel. She's probably one of the most courageous young women that I know. I don't know of many people that would be courageous enough to take on what she took on, you know, and I guess one of the things that it just flew at me was Al Plant. And he began to talk about every night, and his show was another point of view. And what we have to understand is that we need another point of view in Wilmington.
That's good.
In terms of understanding what it is that we are responsible for. And I thought about all of the things that we fought for, if we understand history and, you know, in our culture, and what we fought for so hard. The whole fight was not clear at this time because so many fought to just vote. And then the other fight was, how do we get someone that looks like us to represent us? And the importance of it. And Cherry took on that battle and was very courageous at it. And I'm not saying that anything about anybody else. I just have so much respect because she is taking and carrying the bloodstained banner of people who wanted to see some changes take place. And it appeared, and it does appear to me, that there were many people who wanted to see that change take place. And so I just take my hat off to you, Sherry, because, you know, as a young lady, to take on all these challenges, you know, I'm a little nervous in just taking on anything new. You know, Trippy and I kind of get into it a lot because even in the funeral business, I'm a little conservative, and he's the long-necked bird who goes out there and sees things and want to make change. And I hope that all of you guys can stick together and bring these changes that are so badly needed in our community. So I don't want to take up a lot of time, but everybody in Wilmington should recognize the importance of you.
Thank you. Well, I have to say that while I appreciate everything that you just said, I wholeheartedly appreciate it, I have to give all the glory, honor, and praise to God for using me as a vessel of that change, because I can't take any credit for things that He's called me to do. But I greatly appreciate your kind words.
And you know, it's important too that everybody that, like all the people who you brought on board who previously weren't involved in politics, it's important that they stay involved and bring and get other people involved. So when the time does come again, to support not only you, Sherry, but different people within the whole city, and county, and the state, that we have the type of numbers and the type of support that we need to get to that next level.
It's imperative that we start training the next group of leaders. It really is. And I think that's the one thing that's lacking, and that was lacking when I came in. And that's one thing that I said that I would not allow to happen on my watch. If there's someone that expresses an interest in wanting to see change and be about that change, but I really want to find people who it won't be about them.
Right.
It will be about the community, and they'll look at it as a ministry. And when you look at it that way, you can put yourself aside and do what's necessary to help others. And you're not doing it in a selfish way because you're looking for headlines. You're doing it because it's the right thing to do. And I really think that we've found a crop of people who it is about the people and not about the power, the privilege, and the prestige that comes along with the position. So that's who I shall continue to be, and continue to walk in integrity and hold my head high, knowing that we did the right thing throughout the whole process, didn't disparage anyone, and won't do it now. Just staying true to myself and true to who my parents raised me to be. And look, being that God-fearing good wife.
I know that's
I hope he's watching.
If not, it'll be on Facebook, on our Facebook page, so you can keep on playing it for him.
Exactly. You know, I have to say this though. There is an elected official in this country, and she has been phenomenal through this process. She's the first female mayor of the city of Rochester, New York, and her name is Mayor Lovely Warren. And she was instrumental in this race. She offered a lot of advice. She doesn't live anywhere near here, and was sending messages, calling me, just making sure that things were in place. So I publicly want to thank her for just having my back through this process, and still having it, sending me messages today of encouragement.
Right.
Yes.
Good.
Well, one of the areas that I hear you saying is that that these positions that have power and prestige, the power and prestige, what I find people like you carrying the banner, because you make it clear that God is the one that deserves the pleasure. I mean the credit. And I hear Steve Harvey saying that every morning. You know, that God inspires you to do this, and it's not him. It's the will of God. And I think the power is in the people. You know, the people think that the power, and some people think that they have the power, but the power that's in the people is brought out through you.
That's right.
And so if you can keep that in mind in terms of enabling the people to understand the power that they have, and that the power that they should have, and that they should not, and that's where that another point of view comes in with me, is because they don't realize the power that they have. And so we have to begin to, because this would be a different world if the people understood the power that they have.
So true.
And so they many times are not given the opportunity. It's like I remember in slavery, there was the slaves outnumbered the master, but the master kept them ignorant and didn't allow them to even have an education and read and write, just because they wanted to keep them under control.
Right. And that's
so
where it takes a good shepherd to watch over the
absolutely.
sheep, to ensure that the sheep are empowered. And you know, even through this process, the people that worked on this campaign, you know, my sister Karen and Patty Nash and Horace Knight, and of course my husband, that goes without saying, and then my mommy with all the good cooking and the cakes and everything, keeping people satisfied and happy.
Right.
It was just, you know, the people that came together, we had all volunteers. And Wayne and I were talking about that, the fact that people wanted to be a part of a movement. And it's not ending. We're just beginning.
That's right.
We are just beginning. So we're going to continue to do it God's way. And as Tony Dungy said, when he was, each year, when he would make it to the Super Bowl and then lose, and then when he finally won, he said, but I did this God's way, and now I stand here a champion. So I'm just going to continue to do it his way. And then you can always walk victoriously when you do it according to his will and his way.
Most definitely. I would hope, and I've been thinking, Mr. Congo, that it would be really great if more people were like a Councilman Jay Street, who would take a younger person underneath of their wing and show them the way and teach them and guide them and direct them. Because as he said before, the older people that are in position right now won't always be in position, and that they need to be more considerate of the young people out here that would desire to be in a position like that. So. Yeah.
He did a phenomenal job, and he's doing a phenomenal job
Most
of
definitely.
grooming the next set of leaders.
Yes.
So I think he needs to be commended for
Most
a job well done,
definitely.
just reaching back and helping.
Most definitely. Mr. Congo, do you have anything before we end your,
Well,
your segment?
I see that we have another segment coming, so
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think that we better take a quick break
All right.
and get ready for the other segment.
All right, we'll do that. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Here I am to remind all of you to come out and join us for Lapa's old school dinner dance. Sammy, you going to dance?
Until the lights go out.
Okay. I promised all my friends who are seniors along with me now that they could come. They didn't need to have a date, that you would take care of them between you and Trippy. You'll keep them on the dance floor. You going to do that for us?
It's not enough of them.
Not enough of them,
So
okay.
you got to figure out how you can get more to the dance.
Okay, well, we
because-
want everyone to know that Sammy's giving rides. If you need a ride, call us at the funeral home. He's going to give you a ride. We still have some tickets left. It's going to be fun. We're just going to relax. If you don't like to dance, just come and sit and watch everybody dance. It's always fun. So please come and join us. It's at the PAL Center, which is on 37th, or is that 32nd and Market?
37.
3701 North Market Street. So please come out and join us. We're going to have fun. We have food. The DJ is Kamaj. Tim Qualls has promised some surprise entertainment, so we're looking forward to that too. The food is by Lily Turner, caterer. So come out, enjoy yourself, and just relax. Remember, Sammy's going to give you a ride, so just call me at the funeral home and we'll get you there. 6 to 11 on this coming Saturday, September the 20th. Okay? And are we going to take a break, or are we going to go right to our
First,
funeral?
before you cut us off,
Okay.
I know, Bobby, that you thought I forgot about you, but I told Bobby and Doreen Hoof, not Wolf, but Hoof, that I was going to say hi to him. We was at a great event last night. We both shared a great friend who was 90 years old and had been in business for 60 years. And the people that were there were phenomenal. He is a phenomenal guy. He's done great things in Westchester, and we were so proud of him. And Bob came by and introduced me to his wife, and I promised him that I was going to say hi. Hi, Bob. Keep watching us. We surely enjoy being here, and I hope we keep you guys happy. We're going to take a quick break now, and then we're going to go to
We're going to go straight to Wayna with the funeral announcements.
Oh,
we don't have
okay.
to take a break.
Okay. All right, welcome. I'm back to the Congo Hour. Now for our funeral announcements. Miss Janice Perry, affectionately known as Vicky, departed this life September the 5th. Her services were held on Thursday, September the 11th, and her burial took place in Grace Lawn Memorial Park. Mr. Earl Michael Folks, age 64, departed this life August 20th. His funeral services were held on Thursday, September the 11th, and his burial was private. Mr. David Hamilton, age 84, departed this life September the 6th. His funeral services were held Friday, September the 12th, and his burial took place in Grace Lawn Memorial Park. Mr. Willie Patrick Sr., age 85, departed this life September the 11th. His funeral services will be held 11 a.m. Tuesday, September 16th at New Community Church, 116 West 41st Street, with viewing from 10 to 10:45 a.m. only. His burial will take place in Silverbrook Cemetery. Mr. Jacquez Mays, age 37, departed this life September the 11th. His funeral services will be held 12 noon Friday, September the 12th at Canaan Baptist Church, 3011 Newcastle Avenue. Viewing 10 to 12 noon, and his burial will take place in Silverbrook Cemetery. Mr. Mark Watts, age 50, departed this life September the 10th. His funeral service will be held 11 a.m. Thursday, September the 18th at New Pentecostal United Holiness Church, 721 North Monroe Street, with a viewing from 9 to 10:45 a.m. His burial will take place in Gracelawn Memorial Park. Miss Betty Nutter, age 69, departed this life September the 11th. Her funeral services will be held 12 noon Saturday, September the 20th at Kmore Memorial United Methodist Church in Philadelphia, PA. Viewing 10 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. only, and burial will be private. Funeral services will be announced for Mr. William Banks, age 88, who departed this life August the 9th, and for Mr. Francisco Trubod, age 87, who departed this life September the 12th. This does conclude our funeral announcements for this evening. On behalf of all of us at Congo Funeral Home, we would like to take this time out to appreciate the families for allowing us to take care of their loved ones. If you have any more questions about our funeral announcements, you can visit us at www.congofuneralhome.com, or you can give us a call at the office at 652-8887. Well, we want to say happy birthday. We have a picture. Happy birthday to Elwood Barrett III, who celebrated his birthday on yesterday. Now, I got a message that says, happy birthday to a wonderful husband, father, and papa. We love you. And it's also from your friends and your entire staff at Congo Funeral Home. Happy birthday, Elwood. Now for a few funeral announcements. Praise on Purpose Gospel Concert will be held Saturday, September 27th at 6 p.m. at Union Baptist Church, 2612 Carter Street. Doors open promptly at 5 p.m. Concert begins at 6. Admission is $20. Save the date. Sunday, September 28th, 11 a.m. at 3:30 p.m. to join in the celebration of Mount Sinai Missionary Baptist Church Nurses, Senior Ushers, Hospitality, and Feeding Ministries Annual Day. At Mount Sinai Missionary Baptist Church, 3079 Newcastle Avenue. Morning service 11 a.m. by Minister Larry Vaughn, who is their pastor. The afternoon service at 3:30 will be from Reverend Curtis Morris, who is the pastor of Bethany Baptist Church in Chester, PA. Their theme is, "We are many gifts serving the Lord with gladness." Come and share one or both services. So once again, that's Sunday, September the 28th at 11 a.m. as well as 3:30 p.m. I do have many more announcements. I do apologize, but time will not permit for us to read them all. So if you would like an announcement or to come on to the Congo Hour, you can give me a call directly at 521-7325. 521-7325, and you can give me a call to get the email. But I do ask that you email me no later than Thursday for it to be announced on Sunday, and we will get to them if time permits. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Pray that you enjoyed the show, as well as I pray that this week is the best week of your life. God bless and good night.